Okay.
Salaam Allahi alaikum wa rahmatuhu wa barakatuh. How are you all, my dear sisters? I hope you are all doing great. Inshallah, today we are going to continue our journey with Quran, our recitation. Today it is a recitation journey. Okay? Share the Mus'haf with you. Well, as usual, my dear sisters, I will start the recitation, and I will give you enough time to recite after me and kindly just notice my mouth movement because this is very critical in the proper pronunciation or the proper recitation of Quran. So not to add fatha or dhamma or kasra or imala to any letter. Okay? Today, inshallah, we are going to recite ayah or verse number 19 of Surat الكهف. Well, let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وكذلك بعثناهم ليتساءلوا بينهم قال قائل منهم كم لبثتم قالوا لبثت يوما أو بعض يوم قالوا ربكم أعلم بما لبثتم فابعثوا فابعثوا أحدكم بورقكم هذه إلى المدينة فلينظر أيها أزكى طعاما فليأتكم برزق منه فليأتكم برزق منه وليتلطف ولا يشعرن بكم أحدا. Very well. Now we are going to start the tajweed analyzing for this ayah. Okay. وكذلك, just pay attention to the natural mad alif. Here it's written as the dagger alif. This is natural mad alif with 2 counts. وكذا. Do not miss this natural mad. وكذلك. Okay? Pronounce the short vowels properly kindly. From its articulation point. Fatha, the same as alif. Kasra, the same as ya. Okay? From their articulation points. بعثناهم. Here I have the tha having sukoon. Any letter with sukoon, all the sifat or all the characteristics must be 100% clarified. Still, even it has short vowel, but when it has sukoon, it's clarified. Tha, loose letter, continuous sound, حرف الرخ. Voiceless letter, حرف المهموس. So both sound and breath are running when I'm pronouncing the fa, because it's a letter of the sentence فحثه شخص سكت, or سكت فحثه شخص. Okay, so it's voiceless as the rest of those letters and loose. بعث the fa, from where we pronounce the fa. Remember. Okay? Tap of the tongue with the tap of the upper central incisor. Tap with the tap. Do not forward, do not backward. Ba'athnahum, natural mad. Mim, it's a letter. Letter has sukoon, so it's an in-between letter. Give it its time. And give it its ghunna, of course. The time of the ghunna is the time of the letter. Just the time of an in-between letter or the time of harfun bayni. And this is the incomplete ghunna. We have the most complete ghunna, incomplete ghunna, most incomplete ghunna. This is incomplete ghunna. ليتساءلوا. Here, my dear sisters, I have مد واجب متصل, yes, or mandatory connected mad, because natural mad alif, it's followed by hamza in the same word. For the famous, we prolongate it for 4 counts. 4 count. 1 count, my dear sisters, equal the time to pronounce any letter with a short vowel. This is 1 haraka. We say we prolongate it for 4 counts or 4 harakat. 1 count or 1 haraka, it's equal the time which is needed to pronounce any letter with any short vowel. ليتساءلوا. Here I have natural mad wow. This is the last letter of this word. This alif, which I have this empty circle at the top, this is silent. So the last letter is just the natural mad wow. We will pronounce it with 2 counts only. Natural mad. بينهم, nothing, just the ya. It's here. It's ya lean, or the ease. لا, ya, the east. Ya, لينة or ya lean. We know that it's ya because it has the sign of sukun. The ya, the natural mad ya, never have a sukun at the top or above it. And our scholars made this to help us to differentiate between the natural mad ya and the ya layina. Has sukun, this is ya layina, and it's of course ya layina because has sukun proceeded by fatha. Just pronounce it with the two counts. بينهم بينهم ميم with sukun. This is the time of harfun بيني or the and in between letter, and the ghunna here it's the same like here. It's the incomplete ghunna. قال قال, when we pronounce the qaf, qaf it's a full mouth, heavy letter. harfun مفخم. And we said before that the alif is going to follow the letter which is preceded it, and being heavy alif or light alif. ألف مفخمة or مرققة. The qaf, it's heavy letter. حرف المفخم. So the alif mad will be heavy. So when I pronounce the alif, the tongue will not be in relaxing position. Relaxing position if I am pronouncing the alif when it is preceded by a light letter. But when alif is preceded by a heavy letter, the middle part of the tongue will be curved. Or in another word, the back of the tongue will be higher. Qa, qa, and kindly. With qaf, ghain, and ha, because the heavy letters, they are fussa, ضغط, قز. Okay? With the letters of the heavy letters, which are heavy, and we have isbaq also addition. So those one, the sag, the dog, the ta, the va is it's something, and when I pronounce the qaf and the ain and the ha, something else. Pay attention not to exaggerate the heaviness of alif after qaf, ain, and ha. Do not say qa, qa, no. You see, even if when I will say I said no at the same position, qa, no, this is wrong. I say ha. How? I'm pronouncing the qaf from its articulation point, and then I leave it, and I go to the articulation point of the alif and of fatha, sorry, and alif. So I start by the articulation point of qaf, and then I leave it and go to the articulation point of fatha, and at the same time it is the same of alif. So I pronounce the fatha and alif, and my mouth in the position of pronouncing fatha and alif. No, I do not pronounce the fatha and alif while my mouth or my tongue is still in the articulation point of qaf. This is completely wrong. This was all the letters, but pay extra attention here because it's a very common mistake. Very common mistake. Do not say qa. It's qa. Qa. I began with the articulation point of qaf, and then I left it. I went to the fatha and alif, articulation point of them. Qa, not qa. Qa, I'm pronouncing the fatha and the alif when I'm still in the articulation point of qaf. This is wrong. This is wrong. qa, qala, qa'ilun, the same here, but here I prolongated for 4 counts or 4 harakat because it's red wajh muttasil, same as here. So we will not explain again. قائل منهم. Here I have tanween and followed by mim. Mim is a letter of word normal. So this is a full merging or complete merging. إدغام كامل. إدغام كامل. And this is the sign of إدغام كامل in Quran. This is how it's written. And the next letter will have shadda. قائل. And the ghunna here, it is the most complete ghunna. Most complete ghunna, it is the ghunna of nun mushaddada, mim mushaddada, and idgham or merging. Or the stressed nun, the stressed mim, and the merging, okay? قائل 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 منهم. The time of the noon equals the time of the meme. They are both in between letters. Okay? منهم. If the in between letter, it's time, especially when it is at the end of the word. Okay? منهم كم. Same, the meme. كم لابث. The fair having سكون like بعثناهم. So loose letter, voiceless letter. لابث لابثتم لابثتم. Do not say لابثتم. Even when you try to make it as a tied letter, you will pronounce it like C. لابثتم. You see? Give it its time so you will pronounce it properly. لابثتم لابثتم. قالوا لبثنا. The same fair. Just pronounce the natural mad. يوما. Here the verb is wawlin. We know now it's wawlin because it has sukun. And of course proceed by fatha. يوما. Here the tanween followed by hamza, so this is izhar. Okay? And in izhar, the sign of izhar of tanween, the tanween fath will be written like this. Two parallel fatha. يوما يوما. I pronounce the tanween. You know the tanween, it's noon sakina. It's pronounced but not written. So I pronounce, or I articulate noon sakina in between letter and the gunna, the incomplete gunna. Yawman. So this word, I would pronounce it yaw, mim, yawman, noon. And this noon is having the sukun, and the mim is having fatha. Yawman. Excuse me because I'm writing using the mouse and it's not helping either. Yawman aw ba aw ba ayn. The all here ba and the ayn are light letters. Okay, حروف مرققة. But pronounce the ayn from its articulation point. Ba baby clocks. Ba أو بعض. Do not turn the ayn into heavy letters. You will make this if you moved any part of the tongue while I'm pronouncing the ayn. Tongue is not involved. Remember, the ayn is the epiglottis only. Epiglottis return backward toward the throat wall, leaving a distance in between or a space in between. Okay? To allow the sound to pass. Okay? Ba. Do not move any part of your tongue, especially why maybe you will do this because the ayn is followed by dod. Dod is heavy and addition, it's istila and idbaq. So it's over there beside the roof of the tongue. So do not think, always recite. قاعدة تخليص الحروف. There is a rule in reciting the Quran that read the Quran, each letter separately. Do not think about the dot when you are still in ayn. Because if you think about the dot, you are worried about the dot, you will pronounce the ayn as a heavy. بعض أو بعض يوم. There is nothing, but if you stop, of course, we are going to apply mad عارف السكون for counts, or because this is the famous يو. Round your lips well, otherwise you will apply imala, or it will be inaudible or something between wow and ya. So round well. يوم. And when I will return to the position, because I'm going to pronounce the meme, give it its time, the in-between letter. يوم. يوم. Okay, we said we pronounce the meme, just close your lips. And the back the thing. Do not press. يوم. Do not do not press. قالوا, nothing. We explained about the قاف and alif before, like قال, قائل, قالوا, same. قالوا, of course, this is silent letter because above the alif we have the empty circle, so it's silent. قالوا ربكم, را, it's heavy letter because it's having فتحة. Then ربكم to ba, the first one you have to give it Islam. Yes, it's tight letter, but I must, the one who is listening to you, he must understand that this here we have a letter with shadda. This is a stressed letter, not because I'm sorry. If I say ربكم, ربكم, this is one ba. This is the ba with dhamma. Give the time of the حرف شديد, حرف شديد, but it has a time. Give it its time. ربو, ربو, ربكم. This is ba with shadda. ربكم, this is ba with dhamma only. ربو, ربكم. Okay? ربكم أعلم. Here يعني some. When Hamza proceeded line, some they pronounce as a heavy letter. But Hamza is a light letter. Ain is a light letter. But this is common mistake. Tongue is not invoked. Hamzun ha, Hamza here, the vocal cord. Ain here, the middle part of the throat. Every clock. Lemu. Okay. Bima, nothing really, but natural mad give it its time. Bima. And put the alif in complete relaxing position after mima noon, especially so the natural mad will not have ghunna. Bima, bima. You see, I'm prolongating the mad to understand what I mean. Bima. If I will not put the tongue in relaxing position, I will do it now wrongly. Bima. Because I didn't put the tongue in relaxing position. Lower your tongue, put it in complete relaxing position after any light letter, especially with mim and noon, so you will not have ghunna in mad, in the mad. بما لبثتم, the tha, it's our friend today. We have a lot of tha, so it's already explained about. لبث, just pronounce all the short vowel properly. لا بثتم, لا بثتم, فبعثوا. For the hamza wasl here is going to be dropped because continue recitation and not continue recitation because it's already in the middle of the word. So it's not going to be pronounced in any case because it's in the middle. This word, if you remember, I explained to you, Bismillah, it's already like this. Not already, sorry. It's originally like this. This is the original, this, you know, the basmala. It's written now, it's written, excuse me, the mouth is so bad. Bism is now written like this. Bism, yes, without alif and hamza loss. This is the originally how it's written, bism. But because hamza loss, it's in the middle of the word, so it will never be pronounced. So it's written like this, bism without hamza loss. So this word fab'athu also hamza loss in the middle. It will never be pronounced. So we move from the fa with fatha to the ba with sukun. Faba, not fa, No, we do not pronounce the hamza في الوصل at all, or add any short vowel. No, it's as if it's not there. فبعثوا and قلقلة of the باء, the قلقلة of the باء. أبى. Okay. فبعثوا أحدكم. Here I have optional disconnected mad or mad جائز منفصل because the natural mad is either the last letter of the first word and the hamza to the first letter of the second. فبعثوا, it's optional disconnected mad or mad جائز منفصل. For the famous, we extended or prolongated for أحدكم. أحدكم. Here I have إخفاء شفوي. So أحدكم B. I began the pronunciation of I began the إخفاء شفوي by pronouncing the mim, closing the laps, and prolongate the غنة. It's the إخفاء to the complete غنة, the second degree of غنة. And then I start pronunciation of ba, and then I open the laps to end or to finish the pronunciation of ba. أحدكم B. أحدكم B. Okay? And we said before that leaving a gap between the laps, Dr. Ayman Swaid said, no, it's not correct. So we do not do it anyway. أحدكم بوريقي. Pay attention. Re, the ra has kasra and the qaf has kasra. Very common mistake. A lot of people say biwara, biwaraqikum. They omit the kasra and they put a fatha over the alif. This is not correct. This is not correct, my dear sister. It's having kasra. Bi wa ri qi. Bi wa ri qi kum. بوريقكم. Pay attention to the short vowels of this word. هذه nothing, only just the natural mad alif, and then here I have mad صلة كبرى or the major mad صلة كبرى, major linking mad. Major linking mad, it will be 4 counts. هذه إلى 4 counts. مد صلة كبرى, major linking mad. And of course, because the ha is having the ha of هذه has the same rule of the third masculine person. The ha of the third masculine person have the same rule. It has short vowel, which has short vowel, and followed by letter which has short vowel. So all the conditions are available. So هذه, as if I have هذه إلى المدينة. Sorry. إلى المدينة. Here I have 2 consecutive consonants. I'm sure خلاص. I will omit the first natural mad. Hamza al-wasl, of course, is not going to pronounce when I continue recitation. So I am moving from the lam with fatha to the lam with sukoon. إلى So I omit the natural mad at the end of the first word to avoid the meeting of the 2 consecutive consonants. إلى المدينة. If I stop the ha التأنيث, this one is called ha التأنيث or the feminine ha. If I stop here, it will be pronounced as ha. المدينة. Okay? Very well. But say I want to continue recitation. If I continue recitation, I will pronounce it as ta. Medinati. And we do not want to hear Medinati, which is ending with sheen, and return to the video of ta to know how to avoid it. المدينة فلينظر. Here I have إخفاء. The غنة of إخفاء is following the letter which is following. This is the heavy letter, so the غنة will be heavy. And we explained before that the غنة of إخفاء is different from the غنة of إدغام, because in إخفاء, the غنة of إخفاء, it's, number one, it's complete. إدغام is the most complete. Number two, the غنة of إخفاء, except for قاف and كاف, except for قاف and كاف, the majority or the most of the sound will be produced from the nasal cavity, minor voice from the mouth. While with قاف and كاف, it's all the voice will be produced from the nasal cavity because the back of the tongue is raised and the mouth is completely closed. So all the sound directed to the nose. But with other letters, majority of the nasal cavity, but still minor voice is produced from there. That's why if I close my nose when I'm pronouncing the إخفاء of noon here, you will still hear sound. فلينظر. This is correct. فلينظر. This is not correct. Pay attention to this. فلينظر. Ra, it's فخامة, it's heavy. Huh? Because it's سكون, having سكون, proceed by Dhamma. فلينظر. But just give it the thumb of in between. Do not pronounce as a third letter. أيها, yeah, with the shadda. So, or stressed, yeah, it will have nabr. And we said with the yeah, we will apply the nab properly when we give the first yeah, it's time of رفع. أيها, أيها. Here مد جائز منفصل. أيها أزكى, the زاي explained before. Yes, or it's first time here. I think first time. As remember, my dear sisters. Okay, I have 5 minutes and this session will be closed. Okay. I want to finish this ayah before the end of this session because I want all the video recorded in one video. Okay. As remember from where they pronounce, and those 3 letters, they have some people call it whistling or safir, because the sound when it produced when you want to go outside of the mouth had very tiny articulation, very tiny exit, which is from in between upper and lower central incisor. As we want to hear the safir, the whistling when you are pronouncing the they with the sukun. And it's of course those letters have on that. Of course, the natural mad alif, just pronounce it kindly. And we said when there is alif al-khinjariya or the dagr alif over any letter, so this letter is pronounced as alif. Okay, this is not yet. This is alif. Okay, أزكى طعاما. Here I have إخفاء, the same, or hiding a غنة here, as I explained here, but here it's going to be light. طعاما فاء. طعاما فاء. فليأتيكم إخفاء شفوي explained before, like أحدكم بورقكم, the same. فليأتيكم برزق برزق من. Here I have tanween followed by mim. Normal for merging. The sign that the tanween first will be a little like this, and the next letter will have shadda. برزق من, most complete غنة. منه وليتلطف. This word, pay attention kindly. I'm worried about this word because of tafkhim and taqiq, because of I'm worried to pronounce ta as the ta as a heavy letter, because I have ta here, yes, lam in between, but still it could be affected by the ta. I'm worried about this letter. So wow, it's where, light, lam, light, yeah, light, ta, 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 up, at, Ta and ta are pronounced from the same articulation point. Difference, it is the back of the tongue regarding the articulation point. Of course, there is another difference in characteristics, but I'm talking about the articulation points. Pay attention. Ta, and then I have al, la, H of the time, and then the ta, two ta, because this is ta with shadda or stressed ta, and then the fa, light. Pay attention to this word kindly. وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ. If you pronounce each letter from its articulation point and each short vowel from its articulation point, you would pronounce it correct. Well, I'm going to say it in slow motion. وَلْيَتَلَطَّف. And give the fa, the last one. Start with حرف الرخ and حرف المهموس. It's the rules and voices. So sound and breath are running. وَلْيَتَلَطَّف وَلَا يُشْعِرَنَّ. Just the sheen is having سكون. So just give it some صفات, its characteristics. Loose letter حرف الرخ and voiceless حرف المهموس. يشعرن. The noon here is having shadda, so this is also most complete غنة. Most complete غنة, it's for noon with shadda, mim with shadda, and the idgham. بكم, nothing, just بكم. Just pronounce the short vowel properly. أحد, تنوين فتح, if I stop, it will be replaced by مد عوض, compensation مد for 2 counts. أحد. Well, it's going to close now. So, alhamdulillah, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سلام الله عليكم ورحمته وبركاته.